Married at First Sight After Party, Season 15, Episode 14. So this episode featured Lindy, Alexis, and Justin Davis, and he's a podcaster that didn't come across as being a regular fan of the show. So in honor of Lindy and Miguel's horrific weekend, the signature cocktail was called Picture Not So Perfect. It had vodka, cranberry juice, grapefruit juice, and lime. They showed the scene where Weeping Willow said that they didn't have sex, but they made love. So coming out of the clip, everybody was laughing, and Keisha asked if it was romantic. Alexis was like, let's just say I call it sex boot camp. And then she started joking about how she teaches a class and like even has a syllabus and stuff. So I don't understand why some cast feel the need to put their husband's sexual shortcomings on blast. Although before getting married, all Weeping Willow talked about was his snickerdoodle. Come to find out, his snickerdoodle don't doodle. They showed the scene where Alexis accepted the biggest gossip award and they crowned Lindy prom queen. Lindy said that she voted for Weeping Willow for biggest gossip. Alexis says that, yeah, everybody forgets that I wouldn't have known if Weeping Willow didn't tell me. Okay, so did he tell you or did he have been on speakerphone so you could hear? Because that's the story we got. In any case, him telling you versus you turning around and blabbing it to one of the parties involved are not the same thing. So Alexis and Lindy said that there were more awards that were passed out that we didn't get to see. Like Lindy was most likely to go to jail. Weeping Willow and Ben were best bromance. Nate was most curated. Stacia won all the financial, most successful, most likely to be a millionaire type awards. And in the end, Stacia won most of the awards. Now, I like the awards portion of the retreat. It helps us viewers understand a little bit more about their personalities that we don't get to see. Hey, production, find a way to weave that into future episodes, please. Thank you. In addition to the awards show, Lindy and Alexis said that weekend they had a water balloon fight, and then they had to pick up the balloon pieces to appease Son of a Mitch. They said they also had like a jacuzzi night and a karaoke night, and they had a lot of fun. I like when they show the couples having fun. I wish they would edit some of the good times in so that we can see why these folks like each other, because sometimes I really don't get it. Like, for example, Son of a Mitch being voted class clown. Like, I would have pegged him for being biggest drama queen. So they showed the scene where Weeping Willow and Alexis went wine tasting, and Weeping Willow was saying that he can't say that he's given it his all in the last 8 weeks. And then Alexis was like, well, when is enough enough? Keisha said she took Weeping Willow's comments as him looking past the 8 weeks and wanting more time to decide, like in a good way. And Alexis said that they used to both think that way, but at some point he got scared and is now asking her for more time. Girl, maybe he got scared after you frowned on his sex, or told him you don't think you're ready to be married to him, or started hanging out at the club every weekend. I'm just saying. Lindy said that every day in Married at First Sight world is like a week, if not a month. So in that amount of time, you're going to see that person and how they respond to many types of scenarios enough to decide if this is your person or not by the end. I could see what she's saying, especially if the participants actually move in together and spend all the time together that's expected. Not only are they going to get on each other's nerves, but they're going to see enough to be able to decide if they want to continue or not. Well, as long as they're not like Krysten and gloss over all the red flags that are being thrown at her forehead. So they played the scene where Lindy and Miguel were fussing about taking her picture. And she said that it was a tough moment because Miguel did ask for space. And she said, I was not reading the room. There's so much pressure and we had just gotten off of having McGindy, so we didn't sleep. And he works really intense job. And I should have known better to respect that moment of him decompressing. I don't know if any amount of respecting that man's moment to decompress was going to save you from his wrath that weekend, because he was on one. She also said that typically throughout the season, she's the one that usually needs to be talked off the ledge. So this was her one time to show up for him. Now, Alexis said that none of them had any idea that they were going through something. But when they did learn, they were like, oh, they'll be fine, because they have like such a quality relationship. She said she's never heard Miguel use a tone like that before. Usually it's Lindy. Okay. So as I mentioned in my video about this episode, they haven't shown us the Lindy that regularly needs to be talked off the ledge. I mean, Miguel did do a horrible job with handling himself, communicating, and his so-called poetry didn't help either. But it sounds like she's been cutting up all along, and he held in his frustration about it way too long. So they showed the scene where Lindy asked one of the producers to take her picture, which upset Miguel again because she didn't ask him. So Lindy said that just prior to that, they were in a good spot, like they had just made up, wiped away the tears, and she didn't read that situation correctly. And Keisha was like, but girl, you are not a mind reader. Exactly, Miguel was tagging her on not being able to read his nuance. There was nothing to read. You said, I'm not going to be your personal photographer. Why would you expect her to ask you to take her picture after getting cussed out all weekend for asking you to take her picture? Alexis's perspective on Miguel that weekend was that this is an experiment and he's collecting all of this data and it's coming to a head and now he's freaking out. But she said when Miguel came to them to talk about the situation, he was like, I don't know. I think I really messed up and don't know how to fix it. So he knew he was doing too much. I know I sound like a broken record, but I really wish they would reactivate the experts. I think they could have helped resolve this and avoided this consuming like their entire weekend at least. Then they showed the scene where Krysten was impersonating Son of a Mitch. So Alexis said that she and Krysten are both pranksters and have been trying to find a way to prank him for Shirtgate, and he gave the reaction they were hoping for. But I guess at some point he said that this was the most attracted he's ever been to Krysten. Like Krysten dressed up like a man was when you were most attracted to her. So Alexis said it was funny watching Krysten, then it got really weird after Son of a Mitch said that, like he was way too aroused by it. Child, I don't think Son of a Mitch knows what he likes. 1 minute he's drooling over her mama in the hot pink outfit with a face full of makeup. Then he wants a wife who doesn't wear makeup. Then he wants a woman who dresses up to look like him. Good luck trying to please that man. See you later. Bye.